Let's look into how to implement delegation. As we talked before, delegation is about authorization. But before authorization, authentication is required. In most cases, OAuth 2.0 is used for delegation, but OAuth itself does not handle authentication. Instead, it depends on authorized authentication mechanism like OIDC, OpenID Connect to verify the user's identity first. For example, if a user logs into a site using their Google account, the site first redirects the request to Google as the identity provider for authentication using OIDC. Google verifies the user's credential and returns an ID token, providing the user's identity to the site. At this point, authentication is complete and the user has logged into the site. Now delegation comes into play. Suppose the site offers an option to save notes to the user's Google Drive. Since Google Drive belongs to the user and it is not controlled by the site needs permission from the users to access the Google Drive on their behalf. This is where OAuth 2.0 delegation is used. So this is how the sequence goes. The user clicks Save to Google Drive on the site. The site redirects the user to Google's OAuth authorization page and asks for the permission. User provides the concurrence. Google issues an authorization code to the site. Now the site exchanges this authorization code with Google for an access token. Now the site can use this access token to interact with Google Drive without asking the user to log in again. When the sites want to save a node, it sends a request to the Google Drive's API, including the access token, providing that it has permission to write file. Okay, so the key takeaways are authentication happens first to verify the user's identity. After the delegation happens for authorization. At this point, the service acts on behalf of users with limited permissions. The user does not share their credentials with the site. Instead, OAuth tokens are used. Here we have to remember that access token is time limited and can be refreshed using a refresh token if needed. This implementation of OAuth-based delegation ensures that the site can save files to Google Drive without storing users' Google password, improving both security and user experience.